Hey guys, Ash here coming at you today with Sneak Peek 1 and 2 combined. Yeah, that's right, it's a 2-for-1 episode for Clash Royale. I want to cover live spectating, talk a little bit about that. I want to talk about balance changes, and I want to talk about now that we're getting gold for every win, even if our chest slots are full. I do want to go more in depth about that. Like I said, make sure you watch till the end of this episode, especially because I'm going to cover the new upcoming balance changes in case you missed those as well. Not a lot of people are talking about them, but it's definitely going to change the game dramatically. So if you rewind a little bit, you'll see that we actually can now live spectate. This is absolutely huge. It was obviously missing from the game. I mean, you know, without live spectating, tournaments were kind of boring. Let's just be honest and call a spade here. So tournaments were a little bit boring with the no spectating. They're adding it in now, and it is really awesome. Now we can actually do our own tournaments. We can do our own brackets. We can throw confetti, which is a really cool addition. It makes it seem like you're actually in the arena throwing the confetti yourself. It does interfere a little bit with the gameplay, which is actually kind of cool in my opinion. I mean, when I say interfere, I mean it just gets in your way a little bit, but it's almost like a real stadium now. It has that live atmosphere feel that you don't necessarily get before. Obviously, when you did a tournament before this update, you kind of have to wait until the battle's already over and then go watch it, and for whatever reason, at least for me, it just didn't seem exciting. So here we're watching Wicked and Reversal play against each other. If you're not subscribers to Wicked and Reversal, go be sure to check them out and shoot them a subscribe. They're both good guys. Had an opportunity to meet both of them a couple times over there in Finland, and can't say enough good things about these guys. So they're going one-on-one. They're allowing me to spectate it. I'm going to continue throwing my confetti to whatever side of the map I'm rooting for at the given moment, and I do want to hop into right away and just talk about more stuff that we're learning from this second sneak peek. Second sneak peek? Sneak peek? Anyway, a lot of what we're learning today has to do with basically being able to, as a free-to-play player, someone who doesn't spend big bucks, a lot of what we learned in the second sneak peek, I'm going to do it again! The second sneak peek is that it's going to be a lot easier to farm up an actual deck. It's not going to take 20 years anymore, and they're going to combat that, or make it easier, I should say, in 3 different ways. Number 1 is donations have been increased to 30 commons or 3 rares per donation. It used to be 10 in 1, so essentially it was tripled. Now also, the super magical chest, the chance to get one, has now improved 2-fold, so it's double the chance you have right now to get a super magical chest. That's pretty big. Hopefully those $33 chests should be popping up a little bit more in players who don't necessarily want to spend $33 to get one. Also, the giant chest. You guys know I'm a huge fan of the giant chest. If you watch my chest value episode, I'll link that in the description below. But the giant chest and the regular magical chest, the chance to get those has also increased dramatically. So not quite double, I don't think, but still an increased chance to get those. So that's the second way it's going to be easier to farm up an account now. And number 3 is now you're going to get, as I said earlier, you're going to get gold. By the way, shout out to Wicked for beating Reversal. Good job, Wicked. And thanks, guys. Thanks for letting me spectate that live match. That was a lot of fun. Oh, by the way, on the spectating, you might have noticed there was a little 1 with an eyeball next to it. Okay, maybe pretty obvious, but that's how many people are watching your attack live, so the pressure could mount as all your clanmates, and you can try to get, well, there'll be a race to see who can get 48 people watching at the same time. So you can see a brand new TV Royale, including replays, top replays from every single arena. This is huge, guys. I mean, let's give some love to the people who aren't level 12, right? I mean, I've never been on TV Royale. I just don't have the high enough level cards. I'm not maxed out. And I'd love to be on TV Royale, so maybe I'll drop arenas and maybe I'll try to make it. So stay tuned for Clash with Ash in Royal Arena. So this is the card request section. I didn't finish my third point, by the way, of how it's easier to farm up, and that's because you're getting gold now. You're getting gold on every single match win you get. So that's pretty huge. And you know what? I guess there's 4 ways of making it easier to farm up a deck, because I forgot that now the cards, when you purchase them with gold, they're actually going to be purchased in a linear fashion rather than an exponential fashion. We'll get to that in just just a minute. I'll show you an example of me buying some cards. But for now, let's go ahead and review the sneak peek 2. Gold, receive gold for each win, even when your chest slots are full. Crown chest contains twice as much. Super magical, chance to drop doubled. Giant and magical, drop increased. Donations are now higher. In card shop, you can now buy legendary cards when they appear in the, once you're in the legendary arena, once they appear in the shop. They're going to cost 40,000 gold for your first legendary card to purchase that in the shop there. Now, this is me purchasing some balloons right now. You can see what I mean about the linear increase in cost versus the exponential. This is actually has a bigger impact than those might see right away, and you can also now select the buy all if you're a big baller and you want to go ahead and buy all the cards you can possibly buy. If you click on the individual arenas now, you'll see a big outline screen covering all what you'll get in every single chest as far as how many cards and what your victory gold will be. For example, it is 20 here in Arena 8, and you can do that 20 times per day. Now, I promised we would go over the new balance changes coming. Let's go over what they are. The mortar has been nerfed slightly here. The deployment time increased. By the way, high steroidy if you're watching. so the damage has also been decreased by 10%. They say for a building with both offensive and defensive capabilities, the mortar is currently too strong and offers too much value for 4 elixir. The usage rate is a bit high, and so on and so forth. So pretty happy about that, honestly. I'm not a mortar basher per se on my channel, but you know, I don't love going against them and I don't play them myself, so hey, sign me up for that change. Bomb tower lifetime decreased to 40 seconds from 60 seconds. It's too dominant, especially in low to mid-level arenas. Elixir collector hit points have been decreased by 20%. The elixir collector is basically using 90% of decks in Royal Arena, or Legendary Arena, excuse me, so I can see why they're doing that as well. Now, moving on here, the mirror, common, and rare cards have been mirrored 1 level higher now. That's basically to adjust for the new tournament rules. And in case you missed those, the legendary cap will be level 1, the epic cap will be level 4, the rare cap will be level 7, and common cap will be level 9 under the new tournament rules. The Valkyrie will be affected by pushback. Example, like when she's hit by a fireball, the mini P.E.K.K.A will also be affected by that fireball pushback. That's pretty minor there in terms of the overall impact of the game, but it does make sense that these a little bit beefier ground units would be affected by that fireball as well, so that increases the value of the fireball a little bit as well. Now, the range values have been fixed, so they fixed a couple bugs here. Basically, you can pause and read if you want to. The King's Tower range has also been affected a little bit, but I've been told by sources who I really trust that these will be unnoticeable in terms of the actual in-game play implications, so that will not be the case. Also, I just wanted to cover one little thing here, is that on Reddit, I actually read a lot of people speculating that the Prince's Charge, is not going to do double damage against a tower. That is actually incorrect. It will continue to act the same way as far as the mechanics go. It will continue to do double damage on the both towers and troops when it is charging. So guys, those are the sneak peeks so far. Thank you so much for hanging out with me for the last 10 minutes or so. Really appreciate it, and I hope you have a great day from here on out. As always, take care, guys.
We don't play for fame, we don't play for cash. We just play for the glory and the crash of the ash.